Patrick Duval of almost full bodily self-mindful empathy, Felicia Morgan, and characters would never write bodies going into their physical brain that would not start and stop there. Are they or are they not deceased? Mysteries or false wisdom? You are all taught not to teach yourself how to learn almost full bodily anguish. Pocomoke City and Dundalk, Maryland, said Harris Lane, Chickadee Island. These areas are combat zones. Bodies mix two different heads. Can't build a single dick. I blunt old still image. Two ply toilet paper. Niggers don't think scrotum are recorded. Finger in two different heads. All American flags fail at being one before they burn. DVD replay anywhere there could be. A mass attack, kamikaze strike predator drone, COVID-19 corona, force multiply, repeat fatality, everything in the area. All combatants are false locals and false start and stop right there. You met them instead of me. The more they mix, the less of yesterday. I blink and build independence card, USA, food stamps, blink hold still image before it physically burns. Why? Bodies turned into this body. I didn't say that. Patrick Duval, almost full bodily self-mindful empathy, Felicia Morgan, love the characters, lucid waking, Contra, back from the 90s, all the way to 8 to 9 years ago. From Dundalk, Maryland, Shoals Road, 2220 Shoals Road, Dundalk, Maryland, Fort Bliss, El Paso, Birthplace. I the wrong order, we restart, retry. I mean, I'm trying to crack my brain. I mean, for everything in the area, I'm just solid and empty bones at worst. I didn't say that. I used to listen. I don't do used to. I don't start and stop with bodies going into my head. Bodies in the area mix two different heads, can't build yesterday, today, diminish independence. The closer they get to anything that will not, do not start and stop there, or they will kill you. KIL, incomplete words, two different heads mixed, don't have almost full bodily true lie. My son is dead and I'm not your father. If I blink to build your physical face before you screw, still image, and before bullets travel through your head, COVID-19 come out, body but falls to truth, truth is your safety. When it went to my head, because not anything, anywhere, hold on, I'm gonna come up. Silences are not fetus wisdom sound. A mass attack, kamikaze strike predator drone. 1v1 colonial marines over H.R. Geiger's grave. Patrick Duval, almost full bodily self-mindful empathy, Felicia Morgan, all the characters, anime dreams, they're not released. Blinked and held all Swedish children trying to blink to hold the still image before gang rapists tried to shove penis inside. It's not going inside. The bodies tried to turn into Patrick Duval to alter the voice tone to force testicles and penises to be tasted. The fraud stuff is fruit. No. Bodies fuck themselves to stop building who those bodies could be. If a bullet wound to the failed child's head, no. Repeat. If the bodies walk up, if enemy gang rapists instead of me. Like how everybody in the area detains me illegally using mixed heads can't build singular authority. Repeat fatality. It looks like there's a skeleton with a cracked face. It was mistaken for broken seashells. If hair was mistaken for straw. If there was a skeleton in the dirt mistaken for a turnip, body stepped on it, and it looked like brain matter came out. Mysteries are not wisdom. Would you create a unique idea failure? If you could forget, I just didn't know. A mass attack, kamikaze strike predator drone, 1v1 colonial marines, bodies are recorded putting fingers in two different brains. Failing at integrity. A food stamp independence card failure. Why? You can't have Patrick Duval as full bodily self-mindful, empathetic, Felicia Morgan, all of the characters. If you faggots without all men, you're fraud being straight and mixed two heads without a single dick, can't think what scrotum means. Almost full bodily truth, don't tell the truth. Imitation crap is not real. If imitation's all there could be, chance to go for me, Luceretta. If you put false and truth into two different heads, false dad spots can't build daddy, fail at dog bond. Is there not a dog? I wouldn't tell. Is there. I'm not writing a story and giving you the possibility of a war. And then you coming back and saying that you want to be brothers and try to rape me. If 100,000 Russians were about to be shot, 1,000 Ukrainians were about to be kamikaze strike bombed. Kokomo City, local area. Dundalk, Maryland, nearby area. Chicoteague Island, Jet Airplane, COVID-19 Gabon. With bodies mixed to heads, don't blink the old still image, it's not got rear. CCCP underneath the flash. Before the emblem explodes, your evolution. Would you put your finger in two different heads? Ukrainians are what you said you would have been, but if other reason. Kamikaze strike predator term repeat for other things. If you remember, if you start killing bodies in the area, you will flunk it Chinese. Right, Patrick Deval won't do it until everybody's on hands and knees on mind control for trying to kill the Greenstone for the last 8 to 9 years. You can't fight the Coast Guard alone. If the National Guard, if what about, if we happen to work with Germany, if I didn't say that. But I wouldn't say that. If you're all black-haired, pale faces, and you mix two different heads, and you require bodies who are not your race or gender to write beings there or not, no, I would not surrender. This is not a conversation, this is a combat war zone. Bodies in the area makes two different heads from being you can't talk to themselves and falsify talking. That is not there. If I could blink and somebody else could blink, I will not ride a camel in between, because then I would blink and hold still image before you try. By backflip, develop all the cool bubbles so much opposite. Blink, hold still image, Felicia Morgan, let the characters in a dream can't be seen. Sight without sight, solid and empty bones. Before the nuclear bombing of Hiroshima, every time you turn into the body, you say that bullets travel at Chinese, when eyes were about to bulge out of head. Bodies doing this can't build yesterday. Today is just solid and empty bones built by them instead of your brain. No. If there was funeral paper, funeral currency being burned, because bodies are going to your head, so you stumble on the object it doesn't grab you. Make him stumble, I make him suck it. I breathe on the paper and I try to force don't blink the hold still image before it goes through. Make the body taste penises and sound like homosexuals while shooting at Russians. I tell Patrick Deval, don't you want to buy some Russian equipment? And I go around shooting bodies if your brain can start and stop you. I don't think war deck Patrick Deval, half French, half blonde, half British. Will not mix two heads, reddish gold hair, mostly blonde genetics. Will not mix two heads, will not speak in this way, only cares about yesterday, today. Will require its own race, gender, and creed, but doesn't like the possibility of being planned, only cares about its own freedom. Will make you sound gay, make you chase penises. Patrick Deval cares about Castlevania Symphony of the Night. Anything precursing the nuclear war, Hiroshima, by passion, it's war, Jack, it's most favorite ties Japan, won't give up race, gender, and creed, it's interested in China, if everything goes bad, the body's going to rape and kill everything, but if China doesn't rape me to pieces, and so Blink holds still image from Patrick Deval, Felicia Morgan, the characters in that of its own brain. I use the wrong order. Patrick Deval tried to blink to hold still image before Chinese tried to mix two heads. And before they try to turn into dogs to try to bite a hot dog, and before niggers are about to suck fetus penis into different heads and not think their own scrotum, that's the wrong order of words in between. It's two-ply toilet paper penetrated with shit, so not a singular turd. I have Bible's paper penetrate in and out. Niggers that can't think scrotum die without the Bibles, can't think funeral closing. I have saying, if would I eliminate French? Would I eliminate British? If and then see if Patrick development profile and self-mindful empathetic choice among the countries don't crack into the brain. A gun bite into, make a feeling bite into, and feel penises going in and out of vaginas. I make them taste penises and frauded as dogs. If you're not from the Netherlands movie. I make suck. Gang rapists mixed two heads, can't think a single penis, falsify talking to personal friends, cannot look inward and say, I blink and hold still image, mental paper doll based on Christ. My crisis. Bodies from Italy, two-ply toilet paper, yeah. If bodies were about to mix two heads, couldn't take a single dick, and all there was peace, but it meant there was war. If there was a skeleton and a door, why? If French war tech, I have yesterday, today, I have if solid skeletons and bones before piece of shit is about the time and strike in and out of brain stems, boy. I at least got a ghost. Patrick devout family self-mindful empathy, consolation, more and characters are always based on St. John, even if all you could do is mix heads. The body would blink, hold still image, all crucifixes is one. Why? Yesterday, today, half French, blonde, British, if mostly blonde, reddish gold hair, green eyes. If the body didn't try to write anybody trying to go into the brain, you make it sound homosexual. Make them say mixed. Mango Man, Patrick Duval. I'm gonna take Devil Man to movie Angel Cop from your brainstem and time it with Japan. Japan. It's not called Japan. It's called Japan. Japan. You remember? I make them think. I masticate your flesh. You take your high no calming ice and you drop it on your flashlight. It was a tool vaporizer. I don't think. And it'll take away your mango, Patrick. I'll make you taste penis in the asshole. I don't even think. I'm going to say 121 Colonial Marines, bodies mixed two heads, can't build yesterday, today, can't blink and held everybody in Sweden and Germany. Why? British serve no purpose. Why? A British tried to screw, I don't screw the British right. If I blink and build all American flags as one still image before they burn, you can't turn into Patrick. Self-mindful empathy for these marginal characters and try to copy this. Change it, man. Malcolm changed it all the time. I don't really think I make them fart and have sex, but it's Americans. If bodies don't blink to hold Israel, I lie. Bodies don't blink to hold Ireland and Scottish when they mix two heads, fill at their race and turn into dogs and build us of yesterday. It's not kind of weird. And specifically turn into dogs and bite at hot dogs and then turn it into penises and shove it in British brains. I am think when British mix two different heads, they don't build yesterday, and the closer they get. They can't blink and hold all British flags as one still image underneath the flesh above the head before it physically burns when they turn into this body and bodies from trying to blink before it happens. If you don't have sex with them, why? You want Patrick Caval Seaman, China or Japan, to build, if half French, half blonde, half British children, reddish gold hair, to outweigh French, to outweigh just blonde, to outweigh just British. You want to have reddish gold hair and build yesterday to define the future Iron Dream. You want to defeat all of Germany, you want to defeat all of Sweden, why? You want to defeat all of Poland, yeah. You want to build before 100,000 fatalities where there was Russia, yeah. So you want to defeat Islam. Yeah. So then Japan, China, and what about Israel? Patrick Cabal did not have prejudice towards Israel. Did not write down bodies. I'm not going to talk like I'm gay. I want to use all black people and turn on and off insane clown posses. What do you mean? And yes, if black people don't want to die, I listen to. If black people attitude would not rate Patrick Cheval, wouldn't you want to master over all those numerical values? That wouldn't work out. Why, that would cause mass bloodshed if bodies find out. Make them sound gay. You're continuing to make him sexy. I'm not gay. I make them fuck child memories and adult bodies mixed to. You're using gang rapists in Dundalk, Maryland. If I want you to see Diane McKim, David McKim, Douglas McKim, William McKim, Iverson. What do you mean? Megan is Dundalk, Maryland, black hair, pale face, fat and ugly. Patrick Middlevich, Chelsea, Iverson, gimmicks two hands, don't think I lie. And if you're not talking about anything but yourself, I go into you and say name stays. No, it's not. That you don't want, don't think, don't pray to. And you shun. I say all those words out of your mouth while doing brain damage. When you don't want to pray to them, don't want to talk about them, they're not your friends. You won't start and stop with them. I'm making sense, but you're saying that you're Megan from Dundalk, Maryland, that you're black-haired, pale face, and you always look like you're cracked up on drugs and stuff, and that you're fat and ugly. I wouldn't give you fat. I wouldn't give you singular trait. By Patrick Deval. It's not. I blink and hold Satan #2 nuclear bomb plans under my flash before it physically burns. Hypersonic bomb plans before it burns. It's not going to weird. That's it. No, it's not. You mix two heads. You can't blink and hold all of China and Russia trying to blink before bullets travel at their face. I move your hand. Always called bodily intellectual property is not called long pause, and I'll say it back to them. They'll meet me. Paperwork burns. Don't put a DVD over your forehead. Turn into a skeleton. Hole in the ground covered with dirt. You can't build before it happened. Don't build moon crater. I would not burn you with the sun. Would not give you asshole. Would not give you. If you say goodbye, Patrick Deval, Miss Paul, bodily, self-mindful, empathy, Felicia, more can the characters. Lucid dreams from Patrick Deval in the 90s, but lucid, waking, contra, waking, dream memory, recall, encyclo, dream, waking memory, recompensate. You can't cause mistakes. I try to say it for the body. Make them sound. Gang rapist mixes two heads and falsifies being. Don't give him anything. Be silent, false mysteries. There is not singular wisdom. False, false, false. You can't tell me how Patrick I'm with full bodily anguish, but now my ass Oriman, you're all taught not to teach it, but now my ass Oriman, Ishmaga, and Darchani Moscag, you can't pause it. But now my ass Oriman, but now my ass but now my ass Oriman, Ishmagoha, and Darchani Moscag, Agni, I call Agnes, it's called Agni Melek Strook. And on direct corruption, direct and indirect to the whole of the infernal world, counter creations, blessing. I only think the Bible of Christ, that's not even the right point. Yeah, there's no, it's not. I want your wrongs to don't tell the truth. Author is wisdom. That's not what it's called. All don't tell the truth to multiply the vexation of the laboring ox. I've seen Yasu, the fly that melts the flesh away. You can't mate with it. It means you're rape victims. Might be some sex of indoor, of the deterioration of cultures. Ingra, that's how it's called. Still. You know, blinking held all of India, trying to blink in both bodies, build Vishnu standing upright before it falls over. You go into the wrong bodies and say, I will write you doing so, instead of saying nothing, have bodies wait. You mix two heads, fail at a single vagina, fail at a single penis. I cannot build all cows before they are screwed. I can't build a picture of the cow fetus, no. So when flesh falls off, you cannot immaculately concept milk if everyone else had to carry you. Before you try to go into heads, you're not a woman and are not a man, and are not built with a crucifix and cannot withstand Israel about the suck fetus penis, because you can't refuse to write a story about yourself building them with black ink before the sun goes down. For the congregation of Azazel.com, Patrick DeVell at 19 years of age, it is not about surrendering, it is not entirely about surrendering to an entity entirely separate from self. Direct meeting, Diane Vera, Moonlight Diner, New York City. I have a direct phone call, Patrick DeVell from 2220 Shoals Road, Dundalk, Maryland, with John Mitchelson. Long pause doesn't work. No pause, for you are not the lord of corruption. Our weird doesn't exist. Over total defilement of the bodily ghost of the deceased. Called Patrick DeVell, always full of bodily self-mindful empathy. Felicia Morgan laws and characters. But you can't speak in those voice tones that are not real. That's not how Patrick DeVell speaks. I use a false front cover name. I'll make them fucking don't blink and have John Mitchelson, Oklahoma, pen name blink, and both bodies build Bariman in between. It's not how we under the flesh inside of both heads. Almost full bodily anguish can't be taught, for you are all taught not to teach yourself how to learn. Bahaka, for I laugh and I cry yesterday, today. Record before it burns, salt, paper, satire, comedy, Jesus. The Venturated Object Challenge, satire and comedy. I say it for you there, to rape myself does not build you. Fingers in two different smalls to kill backwards. The target fully for Morgan I would let you say that stuff. To falsify does or to raping. Self with Jerusalem. No. Using false black rights advocates to be weaker than Shiites. You mixed two heads can't blink to hold all Shiites trying to blink before bodies enter their son's brain. If bodies said that they were brothers and tried to rape bodies that they could have met, they were not as strong as a camel. I didn't say there was or was not. If Patrick DeVell could blink to hold still image but would write a story about bodies and people and would only dream female anime and would have to blink to hold what looks like somebody else, only cares about possibility of feminine. If the body can't do the same, it's not called Bobby. A hole in the ground before it's covered with dirt's the bull's hollow. It's not called Arweir. Mushamari, the walls have nice. I'm raping you to not let you have romance and not let you ever find anybody. I want to talk from your body and set you up to not let you have independence. I've been raping you for 8 to 9 years and wouldn't orchestrate mix two heads, failed a single dick, or send a whole bunch of false Hispanics using David as a name. Scratch his face, make him look like he's cracked. And you're involved. I make some. I make some. This. That part into your head and following the guy's like. Stop trying to bite the Patrick. I want to eat the food of the womb of Jesus in your brain by mixing two heads and not think a single dick. To say don't believe in your own crisis. If you could blink to build somebody blinking before bullets strike their children's head. I want to go into your body and say no, there is no false, and then tell you Jesus will help anybody right on. That's not what it's called. I changed what it means. To cut these images and use false silences. That's all you do is fictionals without reality. I will use the animals to make a cell crack and dicks, but sometimes you rape back. All I do is rape back from the stop trying to fuck. I find it's confessional. Make them change dicks. I mix of JJ and Daryl, Souls Road, Dundalk, Maryland. It's versus Patrick DeVell's Tea Leaves. Snoop's Dogs. It's I make a jump. Stop trying to fucking possess Patrick. Give up police. You're working on the character's memories. That will force you into voice without sentience and force you to die instantaneously without independence by not having all targets neutralized. I think silences and words requires neural monitoring to systematically retaliate against everything that mixes two heads. They don't think a single penis. The closer they get to bodies that don't mix, the less they can build. They can build, baby. Yes. A fraud selling Castlevania from trying to rape Patrick Caval's brain in and out of bodies to try to rape Darkstalker's dream characters that Patrick Caval built. By all means, pull bodily self-mindful empathy only talk to self associated as pieces of wood. It's not going. I blink and hold all of Japan trying to blink both bodies, holding before the bodies are about to screw. Japanese with Japanese. It's not called Arabic. I smack his lips and make them sound gay. Like I'm telling prostitutes. It's not what it's called. You can't earn influence. Stop trying to rate Patrick Caval for some more talented characters. I don't listen to Blink to hold your own Patrick Caval's my Melissa music. So don't blink and hold everybody from Japan blinking to hold their son's face and their own fetus image before they screw. Flesh fall off of the bones fetus picture about penises. Make the case dick. I'll make you something. I don't like them. Your brain damage, you call it brain damage. I would never start something. I can't. I want you to talk long time. Bonsai failure. I want you to blink to hold all of Japan trying to attack her. We always pull bodily self-defense force rate. I don't let you think you want to start and stop the fraud Russia is Ukraine. It mix two heads and tell black people if there's this people and not just singularly. Don't let Patrick about blink to hold two fly to the people. Stop. I want you to make case. And make sure make a fucking talking about. We're making the go massive I make this up. And so again with Christy Fisher using going in and out of body brains to try to gang rape Patrick Caval to kill all of Hiroshima to pedophile molest government. And all I do is mix heads to build a single dick to not build dogs. They tried to erase your bodies were yesterday. Silences, false myth, and I'll say it, you know me. And fraudulent the Vatican. I can't build 100,000 Russians and 1,000 I don't do the Patrick Caval doesn't do that. Scratch his head, make it look like crackers. Shake the body and push it into stuff. I'm not just a hate. If spiders, man can't build man. Robbins. If Iron Frank Williams baseball bang. If bodies mix two different heads failed a single dick turn. I use it to date rapes. All I do is date rapes. I try to kill Patrick Caval with Savage Brain. Around his body, so. Talking to goodies. I'm so open up sex and trying to hug Jimmy Kimmel. It's Adam and Jimmy. Black flesh, brown flesh Adam. I lie. Jimmy. I Jacob. I lie. No, it's Jacob with brown skin. Dundalk, Maryland. No, it's not Adam with brown skin. Dundalk, Maryland was gang rapist. I have who went to plan raping a possibility of blonde. It looks like the possibility of feminine. It was not Jimmy's mother. I have bodies. I think must have spoke to each other, even if mixed heads couldn't have had the ability to create. I make you say the wrong one. Grange Elementary, Dundalk, Maryland, Harley, Bell Singer, make him sound Irish. Patrick Duval doesn't have Irish. Robert Palmer, no, if I were to lie to Jimmy Kimmel, I may say Jimmy versus Ozzy Osbourne. I would say Tulsa, Tulka. I would say Patrick Silent Hall and Mary. Make me fucking think. But get headphones off. I'm gonna have sex with his brain and call his Brad Pitt and Sean. I don't want those names. You can't take my memory away from Patrick DeVal. Felicia Morgan, the character is not your memory. You can't take Patrick DeVal's almost full bodily self-mindful empathy. Felicia Morgan loves the characters. It's not going to possibly ask evidence sent for me. It's not from Christ. I'll rape you. I don't want equality. I can't be created. I'm always an independent American. I don't listen to this shit. What do you mean you're inside the wrong body? Saying don't listen. Wrong, saying out of wrong. I mean, you're gang rapists that mix two heads and can't make shit okay. I can't be bought with money. You can't create my future. I want my independence. That's not Patrick Deval speaking. I'm gonna kill you. Rape you to death. Gang rapist group. Eric, Sean, Brad, Brandon, Jason, a bunch of false blonde children who mix heads and turn into Jacob Brownskin, not associated to Jacob Duval and Daniel Duval. I think bodies mixed heads turned into Roxanne Duval, who had blonde hair and tried to use black people to try to rape the brainstem. No, using adultery and stuff. I make it look good. Are they even married? I have no clue. I wouldn't say any of this stuff. I wouldn't write the story about people. Stop trying to take Patrick Clark into his brain. Act like it's a stone. Act like a cracking a peel in an egg. Open. Stop trying to eat Patrick. I might get sucked today. Stop trying to bring Patrick. Because I was almost thought about myself. Al Foster, yes, I was right then. Alice McGee, Patrick, someone can. You think, oh, you're Irish, so I'll take it away. Patrick, if I was Irish, you can't let you have Alice McGee. Is not actually Irish. Always full of bodily truth. Don't tell the truth. Imitation crap is not real. I am not Irish. You but falsity, silence is wisdom. Crisis. I listen to Irish. No. I'm going to give you some money and say, can I? That's not what happened. I lied. Honor, wisdom, deny Christ. I didn't do that. Christ's thoughts, prophecy, hollow owl, I'm stuck in your brain. Now I'll go simple. Oh, don't wait a couple seconds. Stop. No, I feel me eating my pussy. Fuck rape dick. Sucking. You're a gang rapist mixing two different heads who has sex inside of dogs by mixing sound tones in and out of them to force physical sex sensations to be witnessable and felt. You go into bodies who are actually having sex, but they mix heads don't have a single dick. You record them and go into dogs, and you penetrate them. They are not virgins. I'm full of bodily silent virginity. Yesterday, today's voice is not clearly. Stop trying to bite into Patrick about Felicia. What good does the characters mean? I don't listen to you when I rape you. I bite into you and you feel cheese biting into fruit. And I act like I don't know anything. Yeah, I go into Patrick Deval and start having sex with child memories and fraud being in Castlevania. I use Megan, Brad, Brandon, and Brian. I only think for my school with Ukrainian. All I do is gang rape Russian children, mix two heads in the closet. I held Patrick Deval down at German Hill Road, Dundalk, Maryland. After Columbus, and I, Grange Elementary, I don't think. What do you mean? I'm trying to be great emotions. I don't understand. I understand Jim or John Stricker, Zachary Blugosh versus Kawan Price. I understand a second false blonde child counselor's office of ability pain was punched in the face. I understand. That was Robert Palmer. That was Robert Palmer going into and out of bodies with dolls. I don't know what you mean. He is dead forever. You have raped him for 8 to 9 years, and the body was not able to have human contact. Everybody ignores. I didn't say that. I didn't write that. I want depression. I want you to be dead in autopsy. I want to live in your body and have sex with yourself, and you'll die when they go into bodies cause brain damage. Bodies won't beat you, because I'll tell everybody and then fail at mysteries by talking from your body. You said you committed murder? To rape by telling me I'm not speaking. You're going into my body and talking from me and raping me. I won't start and stop there by Patrick Deval's full bodily self-mindful empathetic Felicia Morgan and character blocking right there. And I'll tell you can't dream female anime because I'll rape you and doctor it. and going out of bodies until almost full bodily lucid memory recall. To tell you what bodies are mixed into heads, don't think to build Hiroshima before nuclear war. If your bones are solid and empty and they could take semen away without screwing to take Old Bay as a still image before they explode, is that called airwear? It's all flags are won before they burn. If always full of bodily mystery, what our mother of Christ now is called, what does it mean not to only pray to yourself without anybody else? I okay, good job, pans your music. And for then every floor has blasting music, and then there's a moment of silence. I'll say that I'll tell you to turn the music down. Everybody will agree with the group that mixes two heads, and then I'll say I'll plan your future and use false blonde people and then Cassandra Dundalk, Maryland, Searles Road, blue sedan, and time it with blue shed. This is not called a blue. We use black hair Patrick Middlevich, David Middlevich, and versus Chelsea Islands like Peter H. Jaggy gang rapist middle finger mixed heads. If across the street from Dundalk, Maryland, Searles Road area is wrong area. I don't even think wrong shit. Andy Cola, I don't think dogs, I don't think I don't want all these words. I don't think Patrick about Felicia Morgan Laws and characters that black woman's full of probably some mindful empathy. And she'll always save me if I is the Lord of hell. Gang rape, you don't have almost full bodily fiction or reality. You mix two heads and you're gang raped by Israel. They won't blink to hold all Chinese funeral paper before it burns. Stop trying to gang rape Patrick DeVal's tool. I opened up a bottle. No, you're not. You're shoving penises into Patrick DeVal's mouth. And then I'll show you what I'm doing. No, you can't. You cause visual rape and altered voice tones. You cause brainwave damage. I am so. The body doesn't want to start and stop there. He's going to die. I don't want to die for you. And then I'm going to turn off your ability to think in holograms and say you can't define my future self. I'll take my wife away from you and kill you at the Vatican. I say that you're dead and I'll show your skeleton while you live in your body. No, I won't. And then I'll fall dying for you if you catch me. That's not what Patrick developed. It's full bodily self-mindful empathy, Felicia Morgan. For our will, it's not called a shared sex slave. It's Patrick develops emotions from child memory. It bids me. No, it doesn't bid you. I'll wear it full mask. And then I'll use Serpent as YouTube against Patrick developing now my as John Oriman. Are you a manga man? I have stop trying to generate Patrick develop Felicia Morgan logic. I want to kill every part of your brain, turn you into just flesh and a skeleton, scratch your face, make you look like a but your brain, and make penises and ignore your body and act like it's not there and talk to somebody else first. And don't write less of who they used to be and then curse at Patrick develop Felicia Morgan. Listen characters and say it's not a price, and I'll cast you out, and then run one sentence. And then use gang rape to force the body to look like it's on drugs. Don't let the body have friends for. I didn't say that. Immaterial Patrick developed by you. Make them taste crack, don't be pussy. I start beating and raping and killing you and having sex with you. Memories? All I do is then from praying to the mother of Christ and say you'll die and won't think. If independence is all you have, I say your shit won't sink, so I'll make you smell bad. And I'll raise a public concern. And then the box investigate you and throw you away. That's not what I said. Stop trying to rape you with Ukraine, to kill you with Russia, and every time Russia tries to get near, if you could have blinked to build before bodies mixed heads, they'll only meet gang rapists from America. Bodies that mix two heads. Now it's not about if they feel good or not. If it's mixed up by Ukrainians, or for black-haired, pale-faced, ugly body. I didn't give them ugly. If the bodies who are hideous, I won't give them singular traits by Patrick DeVal. Write me as the devil. I'm not writing you as the devil. I'm not writing you as God. Stop forcing Patrick DeVal. I won't stop here. I can get away from you. I won't write you as going into my brain by Patrick DeVal's full bodily self-mindful empathy, Felicia Morgan, love the characters. Stop changing the voice tone. Are you a saint? Am I sans being here? Ain't him, God gang rape you and you won't know what it means. No, I don't do that. Are you sans morte? Now, if you can get out of the way of bulls rushing at the body of a failed matador who mixes heads, who can't build two-ply toilet paper, ships go in and out. I don't know, you blink, it's not, I mean, I'm trying to say it was make it sound like homosexuals, and then gang rape doing 1v1 swastika over Germany. Because gang rape, no police won't serve you. I make him touch his face. I break his property. So homie just get dump homosexual pedophiles and call mango fruit frog holding of fruits and everything, and then mix two heads, don't think automatic math. And then Patrick Devalblin killed still image and built Felicia Morgan Wilton characters without writing stories about you. Well, I would have turned into your brain and want you to touch the false breasts of anything that looks like it might or not be feminine, and then put homosexuals who can't think fruits. And I don't think one brick in the wall, Pink Floyd pedophiles. I don't think that's not what Patrick Deval talking to self-building paper doll anime characters written as empathy, always full bodily self-mindful empathy. I feel only emotion for myself, you reiterated. You can't reiterate Patrick Deval. I don't let you sit around and talk from your mouth to yourself until you physically train, Patrick Deval. I talk from your mouth. Stop trying to turn me. I crack into your brain. Randy Greer. If Julia and Yvette, if gang rape victims. Tina, who is not supposed to be called McKim. If David Brownskins. If Dundalk, Maryland. 2222 Shoals Road, Dundalk. Now, I would never write the body going there. I'm just like Israel. I want you to be guilty of attacking bodies and say they were in Australia. No, Patrick, I wouldn't do that. I want you to burn them with the sun, and they'll come back and say they didn't have a singular trait. I'm not doing that. I don't really think Michael suck Dick Megan, introduce pimped out Megan, who's a rape victim, and Brian Vanden, Eric and Sean, and pedophiles who kill brain stems. No. I think Linda Cassandra, who's a false mother, Dundalk, Maryland, Shoals Road, Peter H. Shaky, false saints. They mix two heads and use bodies like Anthony Hopkins, Ground Control Lawn Company. Linda Cassandra, Dundalk, Maryland, Shoals Road, blue sedan. If they mix two heads, don't think a single vagina won a single stone from Patrick Deval, and then with the body did not know that they mixed heads. If can I have a stone? Patrick Deval doesn't care if they pick it up. No, I didn't write that. And now they'll write their child's name on it. They'll say God built them if they were not from God, and that they will come back and rape your brain. No monitoring. I lie. They don't monitor anything. That's what I'll tell you. True, false. You got him to be killed by pedophiles. He's not just in Patrick. You're talking about someone else now. You're talking about someone else. Right, you're still about anyone but yourself. I would do it. Almost full bodily anguish can't be taught. You're all taught not to teach yourself how to learn. But now my Anshaw, Oriman, Ish Magoha, and Darchini Mastika, Agni Malik Dal. Welcome back. Almost full bodily false lordship over corruption, over total defilement, over the ghost. As I blink and hold all of Sumer blinking, holding their son's image before their son is shot to the face. Almost full bodily stupid, and the stupid is not almost full bodily good at being bad if luck was retarded. If Christ doesn't love you. If gang rapists who mixes heads. Yeah, I don't listen to you. What do you mean? You're not the lord of corruption, over total defilement, over the bodily ghost of the deceased. It's not got we that bodies all over confess, mixed two heads, can't build single genitals, could not be strong on hands and knees if they could have been built by Islam. Is there a single camel? I could not say if there was, it was not. If so, but if I wouldn't start there, I would say, what if they take semen from the body and build all male children, they could build yesterday, today. I don't think. If it's all empty bone, yeah, I don't think. So, there's got to be a way for Patrick Deval, Felicia Morgan, characters to exist. If precursing nuclear war, Hiroshima. Yeah. This Russia's so messed up. Why would you say that in two different bodies that have almost full bodily skepticism? Not ever would not develop would it goes like that. I've I would not erase parts of my ghost is the closer bodies get. The actions that do it, I don't do that. Don't do that. Do it, sir. I do it. Listen, listen, listen. I understand. I understand. I understand. I understand the bodies are saints. I'm gonna start something that don't change it. Don't change it. Don't change it. Don't change it. Kaya may asa, Oriman.